The Thursday before students began school, I received a phone call from a teacher in distress. DCPS's immigration attorney had just informed them that their H-1B visa renewal application had been rejected and they would no longer be employed by DCPS after Friday and need to leave the country that weekend due to their loss of legal status. DCPS had known about this rejection for weeks. DCPS had and has for the next 2 days the ability to appeal it because the issue was that a notification had been sent to the wrong address, and that is a valid reason for appeal, but DCPS has refused. And while the WTO has tried to find out how to force the issue, we've been unable to do so. The position at the school remains vacant. This is the problem with DCPS' current method of using H-1B. They're setting up teachers with no recourse and to be completely at the mercy of DCPS, including the removal of a pathway to a green card, thereby making them essentially temporary workers and second-class employees. In October 2024, DCPS secretly made a unilateral decision to end the green card policy that they had previously been using as part of their H-1B program that they began around 2019-2020. The H-1B program was started by DCPS to recruit teachers from abroad to fill persistent vacancies, especially around our language acquisition teachers, dual language programs, foreign language programs, but also other persistently hard to fill positions like math and special education. It started relatively small, has been steadily increasing to where now between 200 to over 300 teachers are in DCPS on an H-1B visa. In the latest budget cycle, the DC Council created a line item of funding for DCPS to use to process permanent residency applications that totals $236,000 for an attorney and to pay for application fees. In a meeting between DCPS and WTU at the end of August, DCPS made it clear that they were not going to spend the money, arguing it was only for 1 year, and the investments required would be for longer and cost more. But DCPS has continued to hire more educators on H-1B visas. We believe that DCPS is not only acting in a morally bankrupt fashion, but that they have sold and are continuing to sell international educators with a false promise that there's a possibility for permanent residency when according to them there's not. We're calling on members of the DC State Board of Education and the community to sign our petition demanding that DCPS hire the additional attorney that the DC Council has appropriated money for and begin the immediate resumption of the DCPS green card policy so that our valued international educators have access to the pathway of permanent residency that was promised. I've also just included in my testimony that we have begun to come up with a proposal because when they did have a green card policy, it was poorly run and people weren't being prioritized based on their years in the system, which of course is extremely bad when their years are limited. And so the closer you are to no longer getting to stay should of course be one of the top priorities for why your application should be processed. But there's a whole lot of other kind of pieces in there that we believe would help protect our international educators. And DCPS has said they have no written policy at all and are apparently proud of it. So we're going to try to change that. Thank you.